Okay, so I've been doing a massive unhaul with all of my books, and I've already taken 10 boxes of books to a local bookseller for store credit, and then taken leftovers to the library. However, what most people don't realize is there's actually books behind the books. So I'm actually going to clean out some of them today because there are an entire series of children's books that I used to teach classes on, but I don't really intend on teaching them again. So I need to take all of those books out, and then I have to take all the Post-it notes out of those books because those were my notes as a teacher. So let's find them. Okay, so these I want to keep. These are my Goosebumps and Mrs. Picklewiggle. If you haven't read those, you should. Okay, Kingdom of Renly box set with a map included. That was actually a really fun one. Mr. Limoncello's, or Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. This is actually a really good one, and it is annotated, so I know that I will probably use it for another annotation class. And because this one was so good, I actually really do want to read the second book, so I'm gonna keep those as well. Okay, the Haunted Library series. This is actually a really fun series for kids like 6 and up. It's not bad. Claire is a human and Kaz is a ghost, and you have to find out who that is. But Kaz's family is all ghosts, and then they all get blown around town, and Claire helps him find his family members and a bunch of other stuff. And so she starts like her own like mystery detective agency, which is kind of cool. Okay, so, and Tales of Terror are back there. You know what? Actually, I don't think I'm gonna do those either. So the Tales of Terror, the first one was really good. Uncle Montague's Tales of Terror was really good. This one, Tales of Terror from the Black Ship, got a little mouthy. There was some language in this one, so we were kind of surprised on that. And then From the Tunnel's Mouth, this was the next book, but because of how intense they got so quickly, we didn't end up doing this class. So I will probably unhaul that one, but this one has notes and everything underlined in it. So I will probably hold on to this one just because I also know that they probably won't take that. So, okay. So it also have the 39 clues, 1 through 6. I never did classes on these. I offered them. Nobody was into them. So I have no reason to keep them. So I'll donate those too. So Freddie Mercury. That's just one square. Okay, that's just one cube out of the entire wall. I forgot to put those other books back. Okay, hold on. Okay, so that's one. So far, the books that I have to donate are these. Let's keep going. Okay, these I need to hold on to because these were the books that I read for January for book clubs. So because they were read this year, I hold on to all of those books. And then if you didn't see my other video where I had my physical books stacked up, I do actually stack up all of the physical books that I read at the end of the year. So I'm holding on to these. The Whatever After series. This set of books has where, I think her name is Abby. It doesn't say what her name is. It's a brother and sister who end up going through a magic mirror in their basement, and they mess up the story, and then they have to like find their way back out again. It's actually a really cute series. It's very fun, but I'm not going to teach this again. I also have Adam Gidwitz's Grimm trilogy. These covers I love. Oh, the covers are stunning. And I have a bunch of stuff written and annotated in these. I do really like these, and I refer to them in my other classes, so I am going to hold on to these. And I have Verity by Colleen Hoover. Then there's that. Okay, so those will stay there. Okay. Is it just me, or do we all wish that the ACOTAR series came in the black edition? Because this last book, Silver Flames with the black, oh, So much better. I don't like the bright covers, but part of me wants to put the dust jackets back on those. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Where did I hide the other kids' stories? Because there's more children's books. I think I have some back here. Art by Rebel Heart Creative. Find her on Facebook. She's got amazing custom art. Let's see what's back here. Ooh. Okay. All right. Let's think here. I have my Magic Misfits books. I liked those books. And I think I wrote it. Ooh. Okay. Max Einstein. I have those. I offered this class and nobody wanted it. But it is a really fun book series as well. And it's backed by the Einstein official and authorized by Albert Einstein group. It's really cool. It's a very fun series. Max is the main character. I did not. This was, y'all, the Ugly series, I was not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. Let's look. Uglies I wrote in. So I know no one will take that one. Okay, this one's Pretties. I wrote in that one. This one has some markings and some tabs. This one is specials. So it's stuff like this where, again, these kinds of books I can utilize for an annotation class because I teach students how to annotate. And then there's extras. I don't need extras. I did not write in that one. So I'll keep Uglies, Pretties, and Specials, but get rid of extras. Ooh, Demon Dentist. I did not. This one I used only Post-it notes to write my notes for class, so I can definitely take those out. Supernova series. Book. Okay, Graveyard book. I only use Post-it notes, so I can undo that and sell that. Okay. My Renegades trilogy. I actually am letting a friend borrow some of those, so I need to keep those for her. Actually, I'm gonna put this aside because this is annotation. Oh, what other book did I annotate? Oh no. You know what? I can probably keep this one out for annotating as well. And this one. Okay, so that I'll keep out for annotation purposes, which also means, oh, I don't want to put those back there though. Okay, we're just gonna scoot these over. And say nothing. Okay. Ooh. So I just got these books from Book of the Month. So I'll put these over here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that cleans out a couple of those. Let's see. There are books behind this, but I know that I actually still want those books, as well as over there. Let's check the top. I gotta check that one. That's the one I'm looking at. So let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. That books will go there. Okay. Those will go there. These will go back. Okay. Alright, let's check the top. Pillow out of the chair. Hopefully I don't fall. Nope. Nothing's back there. Okay. Ooh, good. Okay. I think that's it for this side. So I'm gonna go check the other side now. Hopefully I don't die. I found him. Last Firehawk, whole series. These have Post-it notes in them. Okay. Nancy Drew diaries, Owl diaries. These are just some random ones, so I'll get rid of those. I made that. Aha. Ooh. There's a lot right there. Okay. Okay. That. I have the Dragon Master series and Erie Elementary and Magic School Bus rides again. So, a whole lot of books up here. Erie Elementary, I have to say, is like one of my favorites. It was a lot of fun. The school comes alive and tries to eat the kids. It's less intense than it sounds, but it still is very intense. And I actually had one student who was not comfortable with it, and we had to stop reading for her. It was great. All right, so it's a big stack already. Let me take out the ones I'm gonna use as examples for annotation class to the side. Oh, all right. So I do have some books behind some of these other ones, but they're actually books that I read for 2022, and I really liked them, and so I actually want to keep those. So let's take a gander at the stuff that is gonna go. Okay, so far these are the stacks now, and that is my cat. These are stacks that I need to go through, and a lot of these books I actually need to take those Post-it notes out. Yeah, so I have to go page by page because there's literally at least one Post-it note on every single page. This is a graveyard book that I'm taking all of the notes out of right now. The illustrations are kind of cool, like definitely kind of fun. But a big point of contention for me, even though it's written by Neil Gaiman, awesome storyteller, one of the chapters does not have a lasting effect on the main character, and that drives me nuts. I think you should have taken it out, but that's just me. My friend Maria says I'm crazy, and it's amazing the way that it is. And I know that a lot of people really like this book, and I don't hold that against you. It's just, I'm a very, very critical reader, and I'm honest about that. But take all Post-it notes out now. So what's on the Post-it notes, in case you're wondering? Why are these in there? What does it mean? These Post-it notes are in there because they have questions on them that I would ask students throughout the story. So when you read it together and then you want to like check for comprehension or just to get kids into reading stories, whether or not they read it, there would be some just general questions. Like this one says, what food do you hate? Because Bod put a lump of beetroot into his mouth and started to chew. So I mean, like stuff like that would happen in the book, and then I would ask students about it just to make sure that did they pay attention, or if they didn't, that's okay. But let's talk about the stuff that's in there just to get them involved. Like main characters. Post-it notes are not a fail-safe when it comes to using them for annotating in a book instead of just writing in the pages, in case you're wondering, because there are certain times where the glue on the Post-it note will pull off the ink or slightly damage the pages. So you can kind of see on the back of that Post-it note, see how there's some type on there? It's because it does lift some of the ink sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. So if you do use them, just also make sure they don't stain your books like they stayed in mine. Because that's really what it comes down to. Now this also means that I need to update my book inventory because I use an app called Book Buddy. It's very helpful actually. If you've ever purchased multiple copies of the same book by accident, I should clarify by accident, then BookBuddy might be helpful for you. It's free for your first like 50 books to inventory, and after that I think it's like $5 total for unlimited book inventory. And you can just like scan the ISBNs on your book and it is able to find them. If it doesn't find them, it'll let you know, and then you can actually just look them up and add them manually, which I had to do with some of my like really old like Christopher Pike books. Those were cool. I have a bunch of weird stuff. Oh my words. Every single page. And I have a whole stack. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna employ my kid to do this too. She listens to podcasts. She can do this while she listens to a podcast, right? Right? Child labor. Spying. The worst possible OSHA like complaint she could have is a possible paper cut. That's it. Stacks of Post-its. When I say like I could have purchased stock in Post-it notes, I'm really not kidding. Okay, so I have, these are only the notes. Notes from one book so far. And I still use Post-it notes in my books to separate by the sections that we read. So like the edges of the books have Post-it notes sticking out of them because that's how much, it would tell me where to stop reading for each class session. Otherwise, I'll just read the whole thing. I think we're all guilty of that. Oh, it's so hard. Not physically. Physically, it's not difficult to do. It's emotional. And I don't want to hurt the books. So that's my number one concern. I want somebody else to find these books and love them too. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and keep pulling Post-it notes off. Got a lot of them to do. So. Okay, I made it through one book. This is like a large book. These are all the Post-it notes from just the one book. So yeah, this is gonna take a while. It's good. Okay, so it's another day. Obviously, I've changed clothes and everything. I got through some of the books, so some of my desk is kind of cleared off, but I still have pretty decent size stack on that side. But the real kicker is what's going on the floor. So let me show you that. This is everything that I'm pulling out of the books. All the Post-it notes, and that is a very big pile. There's actually a box under there. Yeah. So what's on the Post-it notes? Well, the Post-it notes were questions and notes about what was going on in the story to remind me of what was going on each time so that I could ask students questions. So yeah, and it's weird because I spent a lot of time, energy, and effort going through all of these and reading all of these books and making all of these notes to keep kids intrigued in the stories. And now I'm just taking them all out. So this is a rather emotional process. Yeah, it's actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But, because I know that I'm not going to be teaching these anymore. So, and these are some great books. These are some really fun stories. So far, I made it through the Erie Elementary series. I made it through the Notebook of Doom series. I still have Dragon Masters here. Kingdom of Renly. I made it through those as well. This is a little box set with a map. Very cute. I made it through David Walliams' Demon Dentist. So I've made it through a lot of these. That's where all of these Post-it notes come from. And if you want to know about how Post-it notes age in books, most books that have like the rougher, like almost recycled paper kind of thing. Like whatever after has this different type of paper where it has more of a texture to it. This will probably have a little bit of that peeling that I showed you before, but the books that don't, the books that have like the white pages and a smoother texture, like Haunted Library, the Post-it notes peel off no problem. You don't have to worry about any residue on the pages. What is interesting on the Post-it notes is that you can tell where the glue is versus no glue, because you can see where the pen bleeds up here at the top. That's where the glue is. And then at the bottom, it stays the same. So yeah, kind of strange. You can see that actually kind of bleeds through the Post-it note. Interesting little things that you learn every day. So yeah, I'm literally sitting here watching random trash television on YouTube while peeling Post-it notes out of pages. And each of these books has about 100 pages, and there's a Post-it note on almost every single one. So it's a daunting task. It's slow and it's steady, but I'm just kind of going through it. So yeah, years of work here, all getting undone. Just gotta keep going. See you guys later. Okay, so it took me like 3 sessions to sit down and get all of the Post-it notes out. You saw the giant pile. I have been able to clear out a lot of my books. Emotionally, it is kind of difficult, but I'm doing a lot better with all of that. I'm happy to see these books go to some new homes, and I cannot wait for some other kids to just fall in love with these characters and these stories like I did. So that is good. I did do some rearranging on my shelves, and I also went ahead and went through my drawers and put all of the book sleeves, all of the dust jackets back on the books that are behind me and just like throughout my house. So I've got a lot of stuff that I'm reading, but yeah, I've been unhauling and I've been taking a lot of stuff out. And so let's just say I have a lot of store credit. I have like $300 worth of store credit at this bookstore. And there were still, like I said, tons of other books that I had to go drop off at the library. So yeah, I still have more stuff to drop off at the library, but I am getting ready for a class that I'm teaching in a little while. And I've even had another person contact me for writing coaching. So that is exciting. I hope I get this other student. So yeah, I'm just going to keep reading. I've been trying to make sure to be more selective about the things that I read and not necessarily participating in every book club for books that I'm not interested in reading. So it's weird not attending all of the book clubs, but that's okay, because even with my book club, Book Nerd University, we're actually adding a session every single month. So there will actually be 2 meetings for Book Nerd University every single month. We'll have one in the middle where we just talk about all sorts of other books, all bookish things, other things that we're reading, whatever. And then that last week of the month, that last Wednesday, is when we will have our book club meeting where we talk about the book that we read together. So I'm really excited about that. I think that'll also be kind of nice to have more consistent book clubs instead of just all of them like at the same time of the month. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it's weird. There's a lot of space down here. And I don't have a bunch of books behind the other ones, but it is really cool. I'm really excited. So all good things, all good things.